Good afternoon, this is Jeff Donnelly again with Teamsters Local 439, and today what we're going to discuss is how to write a grievance. First of all, let's explain what is a grievance. Simply put, a grievance is a written statement claiming that the company has violated a particular article of the contract. And grievances may either be handwritten or typed. We do have pre-made forms for typed grievances, and they're available at teamsters439.com. Or you can obtain handwritten forms from your shop steward at your operation or at the union hall itself. Now, there are 5 keys to writing a grievance. You have the who, what, when, where, and why. Typically you would put how in there, but how is not so important in writing the grievance. You basically want the 5 W's. So you want to know who violated the contract, when they did so, where the violation occurred, what the violation was, and why they decided to violate the contract. And we'll go through each of those one by one. The 2 who's. So first of all, who violated the contract? This could be any person in management. It could be a full-time supervisor, part-time supervisor, manager, any management person that decides to violate the collective bargaining agreement could be issued a grievance for their part. Now, what you want when you address this individual is you want to have a first name and a last name if you can of this person, but at least have the first name, the shift you work, and the area in which they work. And there can also be a second who was affected. The affected party could be yourself or another bargaining unit member, and they may have had their rights violated because management broke the rules of the contract. So that's who. Next is what. What part of the collective bargaining agreement did management violate? And collective bargaining agreement is just a long word for the contract, okay? So did they perform your work? Now we're supposed to be the ones doing the work, meaning that we're loading the trucks, we're moving the E-rigs, we are doing the small sort. They are not supposed to be doing that. They are supposed to be telling us what they need done. Another one, did they not offer your work and therefore violate your seniority? So if you signed up for extra work and they called somebody that had less seniority than you, that's a violation of your rights and you could file a grievance on that. Did they place you in an unsafe or unhealthy work environment? If so, that could be a grievance. There's, Article 18 in the contract talks thoroughly about safety. And finally, did they not issue you proper rest and lunch periods? These are all examples of what you could file a grievance on. You were supposed to have a lunch period between the 4th and 6th hour, and if you have a 3.5 hour guarantee, you're supposed to have a rest period of at least 15 minutes. When? So when did the violation occur? And this is simple. We need an approximate date and time of the violation. So it could be April 6th at 10:40 a.m. is when the violation occurred. There are instances where you're not sure of the approximate date and time, but it's been ongoing for a while. And in those instances, you can use the phrase back and ongoing because you can't identify exactly when the violation occurred, but it is still occurring and it is ongoing. Next, where did the violation take place? So the location of the violation helps to solidify the accuracy of your claim. So where could be a specific belt, it could be a particular area of the building, or even the name of a specific package route. So like small sort, Metro 2, Blue Belt, 70A route, those are all descriptors that tell us where the violation took place. And finally, why? So asking the supervisor why they are violating the contract shows management that you care about your work environment and puts them on notice that they may be receiving a grievance for the violation. And it's very simple to ask your supervisor why they are working or not offering proper rest periods or any other violation of the CBA. So if you see a supervisor working, go up to them and say, hey, why are you working? They may give you an answer that says, well, we're understaffed. Okay, that's your answer. It's probably not a good answer. It's probably not a justifiable answer because it's their responsibility to staff the operation properly, but at least you approach them and ask them why they are violating the contract. So this is an example of a grievance, and it can be real simple. One sentence can hit all 5 of these who, what, when, where, why. So on or about July 2nd, 2018, Lathrop Hub Twilight Supervisor Brittany performed bargaining unit work when she bagged smalls in the small sort from 5 to 7 p.m. for a total of 2 hours. So we have the date, July 2nd, and we have the time from 5 to 7. We have who did it, which is Brittany. We have where she did it, because it was in the small sort. And we have what she did, she bagged the smalls. Next, we're going to get to the why. So at the bottom of each grievance, it'll say, have you notified management about the violations? That's when we approach Brittany and we say, hey, Brittany, why are you working in the small sort? And we can answer this by saying, yes, we asked why she was working, and she stated that they were understaffed. So now we've hit, in one sentence, basically all 5 who, what, when, where, whys. And our remedy, at the bottom of the grievance forms, you'll see there's a remedy. It says pay the senior affected member 2 hours at the double time rate of pay for supervisors working. Now that could, if I'm filing the grievance, that could be me. It could be the senior person on layoff. It could be the senior person in the sort. It just depends on who the affected member is. We always try to get the affected member the money, because maybe they're sitting at home while supervisors are working, and that's not right. So what do you do once the grievance is filled out? So you turn it into your shop steward. There's an area at the bottom of the page for the shop steward to sign, and then they will give the appropriate copy to management, and they will give you a copy, and then they will submit one of the copies to our office, and we will do the final filing. That's pretty much the grievance process in a nutshell. If you have any questions on how to fill out a grievance, get with myself, one of the shop stewards. We'll be happy to help. Thank you very much. Have a good day.